Cramps are the worst thing that can happen to you while running. It's sudden tightening of your leg muscles, making you feel like you have pulled your hamstring all over again. Because today, we are going to talk about 4 tips that will help you avoid getting cramps while running. So make sure to watch this video all the way to the end, so you don't want to miss out on any of these tips. If you've ever experienced this before, then you know exactly what I am talking about. As I mentioned earlier, having a low level of magnesium is a leading cause of running cramps. Magnesium is a mineral that helps regulate muscle contractions. And even though we don't have much control over the magnesium levels in our bodies, meaning that we can't really adjust them at will, we can increase our magnesium levels by eating certain foods. If you're a beginner runner, chances are that you are overstriding. The reason why I was able to become a 2-hour marathoner is because I followed these tips and learned how to take care of my body. We made a video that explains how you can strengthen these muscles to prevent injuries. And we also included a simple exercise that you can do every day to help strengthen these muscles. So make sure to check that video out. If you haven't done so already, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are a beginner runner, then chances are you won't be experiencing cramps. But as you get faster and run longer distances, then chances are you will start feeling the effects of running and you might start getting some cramps. But if you implement these 4 tips, then you will be able to prevent most, if not all, running cramps. This happens when your foot lands far out in front of your center of mass, which makes you work harder than you need to. This will waste more energy, and it will make you more prone to getting injuries, especially running cramps. Overstriding will put a lot of pressure on your hamstrings, and it will make them more susceptible to cramping. To avoid this, you need to learn how to relax your body while running. I recommend that you try to relax your shoulders first, because this will help relax the rest of your body. And to do this, make sure that your arms are bent at 90 degrees and swing them naturally back and forth. Also, try to land midfoot instead of heel striking. And to do this, I want you to imagine that you are trying to land on the ball of your foot. And finally, shorten your stride so that you are landing closer to your center of mass. Doing these 3 things will help you run more efficiently, and it will help reduce your risk of getting cramping. If you want a full explanation on how to improve your running form, then make sure to check out our video on the subject. Foods that are high in magnesium include avocados, pumpkin seeds, spinach, and cashews. Potassium is another important mineral that athletes should eat enough of because it is lost through sweat. Some good sources of potassium include bananas, potatoes, and beans. If you are worried about your diet and whether or not it is providing you with enough minerals, then consider taking an electrolyte powder that contains both potassium and magnesium. You can drink this before and after your runs to help prevent cramping. One popular option is Noon tablets, which you can just add to water. This will help you identify what you should focus on avoiding. Doing a good warm-up will help turn over the energy supply in your muscles, and it will help increase the blood flow to your muscles. A proper warm-up will prepare your body for your runs, and it will help decrease your risk of injury, including cramping. Start off by doing some light cardio like jogging or cycling. Then start to incorporate some dynamic stretches, such as walking lunges with a twist or high knees. And finally, do some drills that mimic running like butt kicks or high stepping. If you want a full explanation of how to warm up before a run, then make sure to check out our video on the best warm-up for runners. Make sure you are well hydrated before, during, and after every run. When it comes to preventing cramps from happening, hydration is probably the most important factor. The best way to think about hydration is that you want to be fully saturated, meaning if you're thirsty, it's too late. You should already have taken a drink before you felt thirsty. The Institute of Medicine recommends that men drink about 3 liters of water per day, and women should drink about 2.2 liters of water per day. But this is just a general recommendation. Your water intake will vary depending on the weather, how often you exercise, and even your body size. So it's important to listen to your body and drink when you're thirsty, but don't wait until you're thirsty to drink. You should also try to drink something during your runs. If your runs are longer than an hour, you should aim to drink between 150 and 350 milliliters of fluid every 15 minutes. And make sure to rehydrate well after your runs as well. And although there are many theories out there, research has shown us that running cramps are caused by one of 3 things. First is dehydration. Second is electrolyte imbalance, specifically a low amount of magnesium. The third, poor running form, particularly overstriding. It is one of the most excruciating pain sensations you will ever encounter in your life. And the good news is, if you are a beginner runner, then chances are you will and experience running cramps first. You need to understand what causes a running cramp. Now, let's get into our first tip. No. 1. Tip no. 2. Eat foods that are high in potassium and magnesium. Tip no. 3. Warm up properly before every run. Okay, so I'm going to combine the last two tips together because they work very well together. That is to improve your running form. So those are 4 tips that will help prevent running cramps. Speaking of preventing injuries, did you know that most running injuries are caused by a lack of strength in your hips, glutes, and core?